Okay, Dave, I had a little hiccup there because I've been studying all week to include a few things that you keep in your demo, and it was the Gatorade and the cucumber, so I missed that and it just threw me completely off. Sorry about that. So I'm going to pick up where I left off here. Okay, so everybody, how many of you would like to save $481 a year just on making your own salad at home, right? We all like to save money, right? Save money, we can go spend some more money. That's what my girlfriend always says anyway. Yeah, as a matter of fact, and I made this here very easily with a great tool like this, right? How many of you think this is a good tool, the kitchen cutter, right? And you take one of these, if I can give it away today for free, how many? All right, especially the guys. Now I'm seeing the guys raise their hands, right? Because they're making their jobs easy. You can always go out and get one of these, right? We all have one of these, right? I have a deluxe version, right? With the Band-Aids in the center. Or you can go out and get a good tool like this, right? And how many of you agree that good tools make our job easier, right? You buy quality once and you buy junk over and over and over. How many of you, well, let me ask you this, okay? What do you think is the most important room in the house? The bathroom, right? Unless you have plants scattered around the house and you don't really need a bathroom. Just kidding. Anyway, yes, but how many of you, what do you think is the most expensive room in the house? My kids and my girlfriend would say my garage with the Craftsman tools and the air compressors and all that stuff and the nice car, right? Right, it's the kitchen, absolutely. Why is that? You got the granite counters, right? The granite counters cost what, $8,000? You got the hardwood floors, another few $1,000s. You got expensive lights. You got your double door stainless steel side-by-side refrigerator. You got your convection oven. Those cost up to $10,000 just in appliances alone, right? And then you have the $8,000 cabinets, right? And stuff deep inside those cabinets, you might hear it sound like this. Does your kitchen sound like that, like mine? Yes, and then you pull these out, right? This here, you'll find this in restaurants. They use this for your soups, for your gumbo, for your spaghetti sauces. I'll set this aside. Yeah, this actually is the most expensive thing in your house. Because remember, when we buy junk, we buy over and over again, right? I can remember buying my tools from Kmart, you know, and I'd keep replacing them month after month. But anyway, there's some good quality things about these cooking utensils here, but they're dangerous for us. I'll show you. What do we have here? We got Revereware. Anybody remember Revereware? Farberware? Get it for your first wedding, sometimes your second wedding. Yeah, actually it's pretty good stuff, okay? It's stainless steel, okay? It's only 2-ply though, okay? It's not that great. The thing is about this, kind of like with the all-clad, you cannot cook without water or without grease. You have to add something to it so it doesn't stick. By the way, it will scorch too. If you get it too hot and you don't have enough fluids in there to keep it from not sticking, it will scorch, and once it's scorched, you're going to spend hours and hours cleaning it. But other than that, it's pretty good. There is a little leaching of metals with this type of metal. It's not the surgical stainless steel that Kitchen Craft uses and manufactures. What else do we have? We have aluminum, right? Nice and shiny when you first get it, right? And then it gets oxidized here. When you cook with it the first time, and you add a little tomato sauce or rhubarb or something that is acidic, right? And it cleans it right up again. Where's all that going? Right into your system, right? Absolutely. How many of you know what diseases are associated with aluminum? Alzheimer's, yeah. Alzheimer's, rheumatoid arthritis, Lou Gehrig's disease, Parkinson's disease. You have cancer, lymphoma, right? The nice thing about aluminum, heats up quickly. That's why the restaurants use that, because it heats up quickly. The problem is it cools down just as quickly. Now we have cast iron. Cast iron is pretty good, okay? It heats evenly. Unlike the aluminum, it heats evenly and it retains the heat, okay? Think about this, what do we do with the cast iron skillet when we first buy it? We have to season it, right? Yeah, and you season it with your favorite grease, lard, fat, oil. I like to use motor oil on mine, 1040 weight. Works pretty good. Just kidding. Actually, You season it with your oils, right? And you put it in the oven for about up to 425, 450 degrees for about an hour or so. You take it out and you have a non-stick skillet. Good idea. Thing about this, it's got some inorganic iron. Now this here, remember this? What's good about this? Non-stick, right? We have Teflon in the center, and we've got porcelain on the back end of it. Problem with the porcelain, it chips. You got lead in that. And the Teflon is Teflon after 6 months or so, because it wears down, right? We're not even manufacturing this in the U.S. anymore as of December 2015. Did any of you know that? Yeah, they quit making this in the U.S. Finally, after 30 years, DuPont kind of caved in, and the U.S. government decided, okay, we're not going to manufacture this. You can still buy the non-stick cookware made from China or overseas, some other country, but not here in the U.S. Funny thing that they let these things be imported here to our country, and we can buy them that way, but we can't manufacture them here in the U.S. Kind of crazy. How many of you agree that's a problem? We need to change that, right? Get out to the voting booths here, folks. Anyway, non-stick, very good. Did you know that when you heat this up, though, if in your kitchen, if you have any birds, particularly a canary, you heat it up over medium. By the way, you really can't heat this up over medium, because then it really starts breaking down. You get all the hydrocarbons out, releases the hydrocarbons. But if you have a canary bird, it's going to actually kill the canary bird 100% of the time. Not a good thing. But the good thing is, it's non-stick. But how many of you agree that the items that are painted, our cookware that's painted, it's not really that good for us, right? And the aluminum is not that good for us, right? Okay, I'm going to do a scrub test for you. But while I do a scrub test, while I'm doing that, I want to go over something with you. We talked about non-stick, and non-stick is really good. All these have their certain properties that are very good for cooking, okay? The problem is leaching of the metal toxins into our food, and they lodge into our organs, and then that's when we come up with these diseases. I have a 7-inch skillet here, okay? It's also 7-ply, made just like the other cookware, the waterless cookware. Here, I'm going to actually fry an egg in this. And did you know that egg whites don't have any fat in it, right? So we're going to have to help that out with a little olive oil. Okay, I'm going to spray a little Pam in there. I'm not going to use grease, lard, or fat, just a little Pam olive oil in here, right on here. And Martha, help me out here. I want you to time how long this egg cooks. Okay, I'm going to actually break an egg and fry an egg in there, and you can see just how nice it cooks without sticking to the pan. You don't need your Teflon. And I'm going to only put it on medium-low. You can fry it on medium, that's fine, that'll work on medium. I'm just going to put it on medium-low here. There we go. And in a couple minutes that's going to be done. Now I'm going to do a little scrub test here. I'm going to we'll get this out of the way. Get my friends out of the way here. I've got my cast iron skillet here, and I've got my little restaurant buddy here. And I've got some Scotch-Brite. I'm going to actually clip a little piece here. It doesn't have any metal in it whatsoever. I'm going to do a little scrub test on both of those. We're going to see how this stuff comes out. So the aluminum, you know that in Canada and most European countries, you cannot use aluminum at all, not even in your own home. Here in the U.S., 80 to 90% of our restaurants use it for cooking. And the kennels won't even allow our animals to eat out of aluminum bowls anymore because you get throat cancer, or they get throat cancer, that is. Okay, but there's a good chance when you go to your favorite restaurant, you're getting a little dose of this in your food. How's that? That's out of aluminum. How many agree that's a problem? I'm going to show you a little something here. That egg is cooking nicely. There's your aluminum, right? Now, you guys agreed that you'd be my tasters here today, right? Would you drink that? No, of course not, right? Because you see all this aluminum. I think our egg is just about done. And you can see that it's not sticking at all. You see that? I'm not going to flip it here, I don't want to make a mess. Yeah, so that took how long, Martha? Took 2 minutes to cook. 2 minutes, fried egg, non-stick. I'm going to dump it out and show you exactly how this pan looks. Look at that. How many think that's cool? Very little cleanup, right? Okay. So yeah, you wouldn't drink this here because you can see what you're drinking here. But if I were to do this, well, let's do it in this guy here. You can see quite a bit. Little orange juice. It's a little on the dark side, but really you can't really see too much there. Now, if a restaurant were to serve you this, would you drink it? Absolutely. Out of sight, out of mind. You can't really see it. That's a problem here. When we cook with this food, we can't see what we're eating, but yet we're eating toxins. We're distributing toxins in our tissues, and they're going to sit there and reside in our tissues because our body does not know how to process that. Now, how about the skillet? Let's do the same thing with the skillet. I'm going to add some water here. That water is going to help. Okay, so the cast iron skillet, Grandma's favorite, right? Have you ever noticed the crud that is on the outside with the cast iron skillet? Yeah, that's Grandma's cooking from 40 years ago. Ugly stuff. Cast iron skillet, though, it's great for cooking your cornbread. It heats up nicely, distributes the heat evenly, it stays hot for a long time. Problem with cast iron skillet, though, is that it releases hydrocarbons because you can't clean it after you seasoned it, right? It releases the hydrocarbons, which are worse for you than smoking cigarettes. How many agree that's a problem, right? Yeah. So anyway, it releases the hydrocarbons, and also, it's inorganic iron. You know, I like to get my iron from red cabbage, from spinach and so forth, not from this, because when you are eating out of a cast iron skillet, you're getting a healthy dose of this. Now, this has never been seasoned at all. I've never seasoned this at all, and this is what you're getting out of a nice, clean cast iron skillet. How many agree that's a problem? We need to change that, right? When is that? Today. Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to serve you some food. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something, okay? These cookware that I shared with you here, they all have their values. Cast iron skillet heats evenly all the way around, distributed heat, and retains its heat. The aluminum is good for heating, right? We use those two metals, and we use those in our freedom skillets. This is a freedom skillet. I'll pass this around for you here. This here is titanium T304 metal that we use. We actually take the aluminum and the cast iron skillet in there, and I'm going to show you the difference here. We have 7 layers of metal. You have your cast iron right here, it's magnetic steel, okay? And we also have 2 layers of the aluminum metal, okay? In between each layer is the titanium T304 surgical stainless steel. And then we encapsulate the layers inside surgical stainless steel so there's no leaching of the metals. You get all the benefits of aluminum and cast iron, but none of the toxins here because it's protected by the titanium T304. That's 110 gauge metal. And it's what they use in hospitals. And why do they use it in hospitals? Because it's very easy to clean, it's very easy to disinfect, there's no leaching of metals, and there's no toxins that are getting into your system. How many of you agree that that's a good idea? Right? Okay, I'm going to pass this around. Let's go ahead and serve the food. Okay, that food's been cooking there for a few minutes. And our our carrots are done as well. Now I'm going to pass this around, and I've got some toothpicks for you. And I'm going to pass the toothpicks around. Now, pay close attention up here because this is important. Okay, we have the health department that inspects our booth with every show. Okay, so I can't have any double dipping. I'm going to pass these around. Just shake the dispenser here. Take as many toothpicks as you want, at least 3 or 4 if you're going to have several bites, which you probably will. Shake it all out. Come and get some more toothpicks if you want, okay? But no double dipping, meaning one bite there, put it in the trash. There's trash cans on both sides here. And then take your other toothpick, another bite, but you can't put it in your mouth and back on the plate. That is a no-no, and I will get in a lot of trouble. Please be careful not to put your toothpicks on the floor when you're done. Again, there's trash baskets on both sides, okay? But we are shy of toothpicks. We're running low on them, so if you just lick them and you put them back in the container, we'll be good, okay? That's acceptable. Just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna show you the carrots here. We have our carrots that are done, our boiled carrots. Now do me a favor here. I'm gonna serve this and pass this around to all of you. Do me a favor, test the carrots that were boiled first and then go to the carrots that were cooked without water. And then let me know the difference, okay? You folks are my testers, I trust you. I'll pass this around and you can let me know what you think. Okay, let's get this out. Let's see what we have here. Okay, these are boiled carrots. I'm going to strain them. And look at all that beta carotene out. Not good, huh? Look at all those nutrients that were boiled out of our carrots. Okay, I'm going to pass this around. You guys can have this. And then let's do our, well, I'm going to scoot this over to this side here. Ordinarily, I would use 2 different plates here, but I'm only going to use this one plate for this demo here. Okay, now, take a look at this here. Now, when I lift the lid here, I want this side to say ooh, and this side to say ah, when you see all the different colors. And look how nice they're retained. Okay, ready? Ooh, ah, that's great. But this, this side here is a little on the weak side here. Okay, but look at these colors here. It doesn't look like fatigues, army fatigues, right? You got the yellow's yellow, the green's green, the red. Isn't that nice? Right? And when you're ready to serve, the lid goes right on top like that. And if you need a hot plate, it acts as a hot plate. And when your significant other comes home and you happen to be the lucky one who's cooking, and they're nagging you for dinner, you say, my dear, dinner is right here on a silver platter for you, just like that. Now, I'm going to wipe this out here. Actually, these got caramelized a little bit because they were on the stove a little too long, but watch this, how this cleans out. I want to show you that there's no scorching here. Now how's that? Just a little warm water, a little soap, and a sponge here, and it's clean. You can actually put these in the dishwasher as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this here, and we'll serve you. And pass this around. It's actually going in the kitchen. Get it out of my way. Okay, let me know how it tastes, okay? How does the corn taste? Good. I love that corn. And notice this one thing here. The corn doesn't taste like carrots. The carrots don't taste like broccoli, right? They cooked in their own juices, and we're not boiling water and mixing all the different flavors. So anyway, how about the carrots? The boiled carrots versus the carrots that were cooked without water. Good? Cooked without water is much better, right? Sure is. I'm going to clean up here a little bit, and while I'm doing that, and you're enjoying your food, now we just cooked our food here without water, and we retain 95% of the nutrients. How many of you think that's a good idea? When we boil with water, we're cooking out a good chunk of our nutrients there, and then we wonder why we have to go off and buy these vitamins, right? I'm spending a lot of money on my vitamins here, and over the course of a lifetime, as you're getting older and older and older, I'm going to hold up a plate here. We're spending all this money on 10, 15 different vitamins here, when we can actually get all of our vitamins from our food by cooking the right way without water. How many of you agree that that's a good idea? Great. Okay. So how's the food, folks? Great. And you notice I didn't use any seasoning. Now, a lot of times what we'll do here with the boiled carrots, our kids will say, well, I can't taste anything. I don't like this, And so we'll put a little bit of this butter on there. We'll put a little bit of salt on there. And this is what they call stroke in the box. This is, I can't believe it's not butter. God knows who makes this, right? So folks, when it's time to season your food, which you probably will do at home, use the real stuff, okay? Sea salt is good, as I mentioned earlier in our show, pink Himalayan salt, celery salt, that's a good thing. And the good thing is, time out here, I gotta go. We got a little interruption here.